Show that the geodesics on a cylinder are helix, and conversely every helix on a cylinder is a geodesic. Solution: let the generators of the cylinder be parallel to a unit vector A. Let C be the geodesic on the cylinder. Let T and N be the unit tangent vector and unit principal normal vector at any point P on C. Let N denote the unit surface normal vector at point P of the cylinder surface. Since C is a geodesics on a cylinder, we have n equals to capital N, which implies A dot n equals to A dot capital N equals to 0, because A dot capital N equals to 0 generators perpendicular to N, which implies A dot n equals to 0. Since kappa not equals to 0, multiplying 1 by kappa, we get A dot n kappa equals to 0, which implies A dot kappa n equals to 0, which implies A dot T dash equals to 0, because T dash equals to kappa n. So which implies A dot dt over ds plus dA over ds dot t equals to 0, because dA over ds equals to 0, which implies d over ds of A dot t equals to 0, which implies A dot t constant by integrating, which implies modulus A modulus t cos of alpha equals to constant, where alpha is the angle between A and T. So which implies cos of alpha equals to constant, which implies alpha equals to constant, which implies geodesics C cuts each generators at a constant angle, hence C is a helix. Conversely, let C be a helix on a cylinder, then A dot T equals to constant. Differentiating, we get dA over ds dot T equals to A dot dt over ds equals to 0 plus A dot kappa n equals to 0, because dA over ds equals to 0. So which implies A dot kappa n equals to 0, which implies kappa A dot n equals to 0, which implies A dot n equals to 0 as kappa is not equal to 0, which implies n is perpendicular to A and T, which implies n is parallel to A cross T. Equation 1. Now A and T are also tangential to the surface of the cylinder. Therefore, A cross T is normal to the surface of the cylinder, which implies unit surface normal to N is parallel to A cross T. Equation 2. From 1 and 2 we get N is a parallel to N, that is N parallel to capital N, so that small n equals to capital N. Thus C is a geodesics on the surface of a cylinder, hence every helix is a cylinder is a geodesics.